Showtime! This figure is absolutely stunning. With the super action statue, JoJo's line of figures by Medicos, you can always expect a shit ton of paint. As for the articulation, we'll get into that later on, but the overall look of this figure, impeccable. The sculpt work is good to great, but the paintwork, stunning. Stay tuned for the articulation. Now for articulation. This figure is we'll go through it and I'll show you. But in all, I would say it's pretty good. As usual, we're gonna start with the head. The head can look down that far, look up that far. It's on a hinge joint, which you can actually see the joint, which is a little bit dated. It's been a while since I've seen the actual joint and like anywhere on a figure, but doesn't bother me too much. For some of you, it might bother you. You can tilt the head about that much. It has this articulation at the bottom of the neck. I think that's a ball joint. She can give you a little sass. That's the overall movement. Originally, I was going to do a stop motion for this, which I will include in this video as a blooper. There's a couple of stop motion tests that I did, but I ended up not doing it. But you may be able to look forward to it in future videos. Anyways, arms. Rotate all the way. They go out. They go up that far. Come down. Double hinge elbow. And while we're on the elbow, one thing is that little cap that goes over the elbow, I think for this figure in particular, pops off. My friend let me borrow these figures, JoJo's figures, to review, and that's what he told me. So be wary of that. She could crunch forward about that much. Sorry for the out of focus. Go back pretty far. These figure companies, they're really good at having the figure be able to lean back pretty far, but when it comes to crunching forward, sheesh. It's like they be struggling. But anyways, she doesn't go forward very far, so keep that in mind. Not really much of a twist in the figure. She could twist a little bit, but not a whole lot. Now for the legs. She can kick forward 90 degrees. It would be nice if she could kick a little higher, but that's pretty good. Out to the side. Let's see. Her little skirt thing. A little, I don't know what you would call that. But her little skirt thing at the back doesn't really get in the way. And almost splits, so that's pretty good. You get a slight swivel at the thigh. Slight swivel. Double jointed knee. Works wonderfully. Ankle rocker. You get an ankle rocker. Decent ankle. Okay ankle rocker. Not the best. Toe hinge. Make sure the shit in focus. Oh yeah, and the wrists. You get a wrist hinge. You can go up, and go down. Up, down. Is anything I missed? That's pretty much it. The articulation on this is pretty good. I would say it's lacking for JoJo's character, because, if you watch JoJo, they always in the most ridiculous of poses. So, like, you need... Like, they always going to be in some weird pose. So, one thing they can definitely do is, up the articulation a bit. Especially in that core area. Overall, I'd give this articulation 7 or 7.5 out of 10. Not the greatest. It's like a C. If you ask me, C+. It could be better. Definitely not horrible, though. Definitely not horrible. You could get it in some cool poses, which I'll show at the end. As I usually do. The paint work and everything, fantastic, as I said earlier in the video. Most of it is clean, like a tattoo. Things like her tattoo are clean. Pants, clean, everything. Like the little lighter blue she has on her jeans. That's, I think, like some type of dry brushing. It's clean. Like, it looks great. And the skin is not glossy, so it being matted also gives it a more premium look to it. Oh, like look at this. Look at the airbrushing or on the like the that fabric hanging on the back of her pants. That shit look awesome. Like that's what I'm talking about, and like I appreciate it so much because a lot of higher end figures don't really have paint figures period, and don't have a lot of paint on them nowadays. So you know, and some people may prefer that because molded plastic doesn't scratch unlike painted plastic. So I get that perspective, but I'm always gonna want the paint. It gives it a more premium feel. Anyways, next accessories. All right, for accessories. Um, First thing we're gonna start off with is her head. For her head, she comes with her standard kind of stoic straight face, and then she comes with a second head with her teeth showing. It's not too different from the first head. It would have been nice to get like a yelling face or something like that, but those two will do. As for the hands, we get a shit ton of hands. You get this one relaxed hand that's on her right now. And you get this next kind of hand like she's about to use her powers and shoot string out her finger. Now, we get hands with the strings coming out her finger. We get a hand that looks like it's unraveling from the string that she's using. We get two fist hands. And the nail polish is done great on these, by the way. We get kind of like a gun, a kind of gun pose hand. We get another relaxed pose hand. We get this accessory here, which is basically her hand unraveling. So what you would do is unpeg the hand from the wrist peg and then plug this in right here to use this accessory. And then you get two more string accessories, which, in the anime, they depict the string as like a white string, not the same color as her skin tone, which I find it a little bit kind of off-putting or disturbing that it's the same color as her skin. I don't know. Something about the string being the same color as her skin doesn't sit right with me. But that's just a preference thing. She uses the manga colors, by the way. She doesn't use the anime colors where she has the blonde and black hair. She has the green and blue hair. So be aware of that. There's many different paint variations of this figure, by the way. Like a whole lot, because with these JoJo's figures, they have a tendency to do multiple repaints of these figures. And those repaints tend to be exclusives. And they can, on a secondary market, they go up in price. Like some of the most expensive figures I've seen. But in all, this figure is pretty good. I think the accessories, I think another head would have been nice for this figure. I would have liked the anime colors because as I looked at this figure, I think I prefer the anime colors. The anime colors a bit more, but these colors are fine as well too. Like, no doubt. Side note, that previous video that I did where I was trying to predict what figures they show for San Diego Comic-Con for the Dragon Ball Z SH Figure Arts line, I was way off. So far, at least. Because they revealed Turles. Who asked for Turles? Out of all the characters, they came out of left field with that. I mean, it's a great looking figure, but like, who asked for that character? Anyway, that being said, I would say overall, this figure is about the paint, man. The paint makes this figure look great. 8 out of 10. Articulation could use some work. Another, like a yelling kind of face.
You hear me?
Would be great. Sorry, my cat was being bad in the background. But, oh yeah, stay tuned for stop motion bloopers. I completely forgot to mention that earlier. I probably put it in the title of the video, or I put like a little caption in the beginning of the video. But overall, Pretty good figure. And until next time, the reverse flow out.